Yeah, what's up? So what we're looking at here is 120-degree wedge-shaped coils. So they're like pieces of pizza that go into the middle. I want to say there's roughly 300 turns of 20 gauge, maybe 600 turns of 20 gauge in each one of these coils, and 32 gauge. So they're bifilar coils. But I've got both of those 32 and 20 gauge. They each have their own transistor. They're both part of the drive. I have a trigger coil right here. So this is the stator. It's got two batteries on it, two 12-volt battery packs in series. So it's 24 volts. So that's what's under the hood. Okay, so the rotor is going to go, see what happens if we just spin the rotor, if we'll get a counter rotating reaction instantaneously. See what happens. Nope. So it needed a nudge, but that's okay. It might need more than what I gave it. See, the actual rotor that I use with this is, it's gone. It took a crap on my birthday. So we'll see if it likes that. It's obviously working, but it hasn't like picked up like it did the last time, so I don't know what's going on.
I'm watching it right now on my iPad.
That's cool. Thanks. I think it's going to go the other way. Here, let's turn that one on. Well, this one decides whether or not it's going to go.
You gotta turn this up.
Nope, it's on the table. The switch. Nope. Black switch down there. Nope, yeah. These one of them self-starting. Oh. It's really old. That's why it's like that. Okay, so we're gonna start this one again. Let's see, so.
15 volts. It's going on that.
Huh. It looks like it's picking up. Hey, Tiggs. See, the other one had 40 millimeter magnets in it. They were like this big, and it was like perfect for this. So that's a homemade switch over on the other one. That feels like it might be working. Alright, so we just had to like really rip it. Now it's gonna pick up speed, like there we go. There it is. And that's counter rotating. There goes the other one. Likes to pick up speed. Now, I got it hooked up so that it might prolong its life when I turn it off. Look at that thing run, dude. That is freaking awesome. Now, I bet the bottom is not spinning at the same rate the top is, but it's like, wow. I could have left that going, like, to speed up a little bit more, but we're going to play it safe, I guess. Yeah, that kind of rotator is... It's not a bomb, dude. Jesus. You're definitely a bomb. Leave your mom alone, dude. It's not a bomb. It's a homemade reed switch. What's up, Tiggs? The thing that's making a ticking noise, that's a homemade reed switch. And yes, it does arc, but there's no bomb here, dude. Maniac. It's a low frequency homemade reed switch that I've hooked up all these coils parallel to. No. No. Yeah, no, this is moving. No.
It's not gonna put them.
Okay.
I'm not gonna put them close to that. No, I don't know what I'm putting.
Oh, you just wanted to put them in front of the camera? Well, let me get the camera off of the leash here. Yeah, you can sit. That's cool. Hold on, I gotta do something real quick. All right. I guess now that everything's chill, you can put him up there if you want. Or is he gone?
He's under the table.
Oh. Here he is. Well, I'm trying, like everybody else that plays with this stuff, to get it to run after you turn off the power source. So that's basically what this is. You got two, this is a trifilar coil, and this is a single file coil. This big one right here is just 1500 turns of 20 gauge. So I got both of these driving and collecting, and then two of the ends are put into the ground. So two are like drives, and the other two are put in back into the power over here. So like after it gets turned off, it's got some juice flowing through it. And the homemade reed switch is kind of more like a commutator when it comes to throwing that energy around. It's not like a transistor really. It's different. It's low frequency though. I mean, this 18 gauge bounces back and forth pretty good, but I mean, it's only got a certain range of frequency that it can handle before the top flies off. But this thing will start itself.
You gotta hold the coil when it does that. It's probably gonna shake go up.
See, there's some corrosion on the switch.
How'd you get so much like wires?
Over many years of collecting. Well, not many, like 2.5 years of collecting stuff. There it goes. I guess when it hits hard enough. It'll, cause you get that arc. I admit there's an arc there.
It's going so fast it creates like a white dot every time it hits.
Yeah, the white dot.
Yeah, the white dot. Jeez.
So I mean, I get it, but I mean, no. There's nothing here that's gonna blow up, so no.
If it blows up, you have to make it safe. So that's why you don't make it blow up.
Exactly. There's absolutely nothing here that, I mean, granted, the 120-degree symbolization, great, but it's like it's what works.
The only thing that can happen is a magnet finally comes to the
Yeah, that happened once or twice. A magnet got loose.
So I got it glued in there.
This is like 7.8 volts in, 7.9. There it goes. There it goes. Yeah, that's good.
It goes so fast.
That's a homemade reed switch, man. That's like if I had nothing and I just throw a screw in there, wrap it in copper.
It doesn't entirely do it.
All right, now if you see any arcing, yeah, I don't see it. Sometimes you get some after you turn the power off. The power's off now. Here's the counter rotator. It's got two drives. It's got a 20 gauge drive and a 32 gauge drive. And they both function as a drive. So the trigger coil is actually this coil right here. And all that does is fire these MPNs, which allow it to pulse and get faster and faster.
How does like that making it shake like move that?
The magnet, there's that little screw in there is attracted to the magnets.
Yeah, the magnets are like making that shake, which makes it go faster.
Thanks, buddy. All right, so yeah, each one of these are all virtually the same coil build. Wedge-shaped coils, iron-infused PLA cores are formers that I just left in there. Two 12-volt battery packs in series, so it's 24 volts. It's going to get going pretty fast. So
What are these white boxes?
this is going to go this way.
What are these?
Those are transistors. There are a bunch of these.
That looks cool.
Yeah, they work pretty well. But they won't like fit like this. You know, they're different kind of transistor. But the same, actually. They're just different package.
Yeah. Tigs.
All right, so you want to hold this on? Yeah, can you hold this for a second while I start it up?
I can finally see the comments.
All right.
Did you calculate it on paper or just build it directly?
Built it directly. I built 4 of them so far.
I'm reading them to you. My man, what are you building?
It's a kind of rotating pulse motor, and the way I figure it is
Double pulse.
they all want to do this. All the pulse motors want to do this. You just need to like untether the stator and it'll move, probably in the opposing direction.
And it's like a double pulse motor.
Good night. Thank you. Germany in the house. See, this is going to continue to pick up speed. It's going to get obnoxious.
What are these?
Those are little lead acid batteries.
Those are big to be batteries.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the lawnmower batteries.
All right, here, hold this.
Seven likes.
I was like gonna wait and see because it was building, it was continuing to increase in speed, so I was gonna like keep letting it happen. But like I said, we're gonna play it safe, and this is definitely not that safe.
Oh my god, touch. We've been 20 minutes into the live.
That's cool. That's good. All right, thank you for holding that. And that's awesome, man. That thing will.
It goes fast,
Yeah, it does.
but not as fast as the green one. The green one.
And I bet we haven't even beginning to see its potential, but I don't think we will because it's slightly, the weight's slightly off. I need to add another battery pack to it and make it a 36 volt, and that will balance the weight pretty evenly. But all I did, yeah, I'm gonna level with you right now. I just built this. There's no math involved with this. This is based on suggestions that I got from you, the viewer from YouTube, doing these live streams. So yeah, I just built this. That's why it's a little, I understand what's wrong. There's just a weight differential. And then if I fix that, I won't have to hold it. But yeah, man.
It works.
What I don't understand is why people can't see.
I made it spin. If it doesn't nail, you have to spin it yourself.
All right.
It doesn't have a motor connected to it.
I mean, all this information, I make a video about everything I do and I explain it pretty well in the video. So, like, if you want to replicate anything that I'm doing, you can watch the video. I don't really do diagrams. I don't do that stuff. I really don't. I can't read it. I don't draw it. That's not how I get it done.
I use this nail, saying that right here.
It's not a nail. It's a wrench.
Screwdriver or wrench.
But yeah, it's all open source, man. It's all there for you if you can use it. I mean, I do it a different way, therefore it's being demonstrated maybe a different way. I don't know. Like, but if you show me a bunch of square lines and flashy stuff and all this, I have no idea. My head just goes to mush and I don't get it. I want to see it. I want to see it work. I want to see it. I want to see it to the point where I can touch it. You know, that's what I want. And you know, a lot of people have been stepping up and like showing me this stuff. And it's like, that's awesome, man. Keep up the good work, you know? But this is just a little gadget that I made for myself when I didn't have any reed switches left.
I made one spin again.
No. I'm gonna try again. It's not balanced, you know. It's missing a magnet. Yeah, but it's out there on the shelf, the dresser. But to like just disregard something because there's no quote unquote calculations is pretty, I don't know, it's brash.
This one's just a fidget spinner, but bigger.
But you can see it. You can see it working. If you want to build it yourself, I wouldn't recommend building it this way. I'd recommend using a bit of your own imagination and building it your own way. That's what I would recommend.
I used the wrench again.
Yeah, and I don't care if other people have already done this. I really don't. I haven't looked up anything about anything about anything. And if they've done it too, wow, we got some sort of ethereal connection, dude. That's what we got. Because I didn't look any of this stuff up. Just from you guys, YouTube. Viewers, man. The viewers is what made it all happen. And Peter Hall Effect 2.0, man, he got me started, and then 007 came along. I don't know about 00. Where'd he go? 00. There we go.
What's the other guy's name? I know there was a
Mike does. Mike does. Peter Hall Effect. 007. Then there's Ben, an old man builds.
I'm trying to think of something else. It's not any of those.
Thanks, Black Label. What's it for? It's just for experiments. Like my experiments, like everybody else's experiment. How far can we get it to go without power? This is a homemade reed switch. Yeah, he's got some water in there. It's for my personal satisfaction, actually. And if I get it to work, man, then that's great. I share all my stuff. It's all here on YouTube, man. Like 2,000 videos, maybe more. They're all pretty different. They're all kind of different. Oh yeah. Now this is a counter rotator right here. This one, the stator goes. Let me see here. The stator goes clockwise, and the rotor goes counterclockwise.
Have you ever used this before?
Yeah, I've used that before.
Like everything here, have you used? Definitely yes. I don't know what to do. This has been for a while.
I've been working on I call it a toroidal motor with it's got one magnet in the middle, and then it's a shaftless stator that counter rotates. I was thinking about using a permanent magnet thing in a piston, because I found that when you move it over the center, it spins violently. So if you jerk it back and forth over the center, it'll spin. But you got to find a way to make it move, like a piston or a, pulley system of some kind. But, you got to find a way to cap that energy and be able to, disperse it at a rate higher than you're capping it at. Anyway, this is not taking off the way it should. I think everybody that's been doing stuff recently they're all champions in my mind. Everybody that's like stepped up and presented something in the last year, and I'd say that's good. I'm not an engineer, okay? I'm not an engineer. I'm not a mathematician. I like to paint. That's what I like to do. But I got hooked on this stuff, man. I always like magnets. Magnets are my thing. I love magnets, but I don't play with them at like a magician level. You know what I'm saying? I just like them, you know.
I made another thing spin. Old white. I made another thing spin.
As you can see, it doesn't work, but yeah, I dabble in it. You know, like different, just simple wire connections. All this is straight line. There's no transistor, there's no resistor, it's just a switch and different ways to hook it up. And that's pretty much it. There's no cap. Well, there might be a cap. I think there is a cap actually.
I made another thing spin.
It's got 15 volts in it right now.
Okay, I made it spin again.
All right, here. Can you hold this again? Thank you. I gotta get this going. Now, these smaller magnets make it harder for it to get started, but
What's it for? Neat. You ever built a liner motor with a magnet array? You try.
Are you talking like a hallback array?
Energy stuff.
When you say array, you mean like a hallback, right?
Arrays are just like lines that make rectangles. Or if you're trying to feel like imagination, like 3 columns and 3 rows. Columns and rows. Make a columns and array.
This right here, I don't know exactly what's happening even. I just know how to make it work. And I know how to make it work better than it's working right now even. I just haven't changed it yet.
I made a car.
Wow, that is whipping.
I made a car. Wow.
Hey, Wonder,
What?
come over here, please.
Do you want me to hold it again?
Yeah. Well, I got it, but could you? All right. And I just want to point out that those diodes are pointing in the direction that the stator will go. And they're all pointed in the same direction. So each coil is connected by a diode. So there's 6 diodes. 3 for the 32 and 3 for the 20. And then I have an external trigger coil. So this is built purely for speed. I mean, this is no other reason for this thing than to spin. There is no way you're going to connect a meter to this, unless there's a wireless way to wirelessly read what's going on. I'm interested to see what's going on in the middle there. You know, when it's spinning. I heard something about a magnetic vortex, and that might be a thing that's happening. I don't know. But it continues to increase in speed. I mean, that's what it's supposed to do. But why is it doing it? you know. But yeah, I don't believe anything until I see it. So it's not like I'm a fanatic or anything, but yeah, I'd love to see, you know, this thing maybe not go forever, but like go for an hour after I turn it off without more than just this one cap in there. You know, I'd like to see that. But, you know, it's not like it has anything to do with hope, you know. What I'm doing is I'm micro managing the nail that's in the ring right there by maneuvering the end of the wire that it's connected to. Yeah, that's it's kind of loud, but I don't know. I like how it works. In my opinion, it work. You know, I can't hook the coils up the way they're hooked up right now with anything else. Just, you know, I can't. It won't. There's no way. Well, that I know about. Of course, there's probably a way, but I don't even know how to ask to figure it out, you know? So I got the big coil and I got the 32 gauge strand going back into the power. And then I got the other two, the 18 gauge and the 20 gauge grounded. So those two will act as a drive and the other two hopefully will act as a power source for as long as it spins. Now, of course, I'm not expecting much. You know, there's heat loss. There's all kinds of loss with a system like this. That arc right there, that's loss. And making the arc go away doesn't mean you've lost the loss. It's still there. You just threw it into a resistor instead of letting it, instead of a light show. Still loss. You would think that it would make it work better. You know what? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna put like, I don't even know what type of resistor to put on there, but I should maybe put a resistor on here. And try to, you know, funnel that arc into the coil, into the system. It's probably a diode that I need, not a resistor. Alright, power's cut. You know, I have a feeling, or I had a feeling, and I know this is going to sound crazy, that Tesla coils are actually mosaics of human, the human condition of the human being is a Tesla coil. When you look at the aura, quote unquote, that is emanated from a human being, it's the shape of an egg that goes all the way around him or her. And I believe that the field emanated from a properly done Tesla coil will resemble that same shape. Um, and I'm not talking about what's going on inside the fabric so much as the edge of the fabric. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. How when you reach the edge, and then it's what's on the other side and what's on the inside. That line is in the shape of an egg. I mean, a Tesla coil is a big phallus with lightning bolts shooting out of it. That's what a Tesla coil is. So, and a human being, you know, straight up, man, you try to draw a circle and it isn't going to work. It's going to end up being more oval or egg shaped. What I'm trying to say is that human beings somewhere down the line, we lost a lot of what we had. Because we could do a lot of this stuff without the use of instruments or tools. I mean, people do it all the time. They just don't realize that they come up with an idea, but they don't realize that idea has now popped up, thousands of places around the world. That it's not just your idea. You are connected now with these people, and it's your idea, as in plural. It's not your idea as in let's put a patent on this and screw everybody else. That's not what it's all about. I guarantee you, if it just popped into your mind, you're not the only one thinking about it. I promise you. I do, bruh. What? The what? What is that? I might not be able to get this started with one hand. Yes, sir. I'm sure that other people have made counter rotators. I encourage them to bring them forth. Now, hold on a second while I get this thing started. I'm not. It's 24 volt. There's two 12-volt battery packs in series on this motor. It's all battery operated. So if I had to guess, I don't know how batteries work with the watts actually. I guess I could calculate it by how long the battery lasts for. That's amazing. I'm happy with it. Now I'm going to take the top off. I'll show you what's underneath the hood. Now, if you're going to build one, I suggest you build your own design. And I just, the components, put them wherever you want to put them. You got to balance the weight. I suggest for this style to use the wedge-shaped coils. So I got a 120-degree circuit here with 2 MPNs, one for the 20 and one for the 32 gauge. And each one of these coils is bifilar. And I got 20 and 32. Trigger coil right here. Two 12-volt battery packs in series. I'm thinking about putting a third one in here somewhere to balance the weight, because you saw how it shakes. So I just need to balance the weight a little bit. Now, if I was gonna I don't know what make it serious, and I could so shelf this right now, get it on the shelf. And I encourage somebody with money to do that. Man, this thing is dope. It's fun. It goes really, really fast, and if we can balance the weight, and that you could manufacture this. And clean it up a little bit, I'm not an engineer, like I said. I'm not going to make my own clips. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. Now there are 2 resistors here. And I believe yep, right on, man, right on. And they prevent everything from blowing up. So cool, man. But yeah, to get it going like that, you can't put the batteries in parallel. They got to be in series. I'm sure everybody knows that, or if you didn't, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. But that's okay, It's all right. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. But there's the battery pack right there. So I could just go over here and grab it. And then somehow get it on there like that, but flatter, or put it on the plate and then put the breadboard on top of it. But that will level the weight pretty much. The only differential then will be the trigger coil and the breadboard, and they're both very light. Probably not going to throw around too much. I mean, at really fast speeds it will, but let's face it, man, it's a piece of plastic. It'll get going, but it won't get going like that. I won't let it. America! Thanks, Pete. I appreciate you, man. I like how you're getting 10,000% return rate on your awesomeness, man. That's cool. Yeah, oil is powerful, man, no doubt. I don't think it's what's going to carry us into the future, but it's definitely powerful. Combustion, among other things. I did that one-handed. Oh. No, man, I don't drink. And drunkards are my specialty. The bigger the muscle, the bigger the target. And yeah, it's gonna be a pec fight like that. I'm have to do it, man. Have to render all that useless. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move the ring, I think, because yeah, the corrosion on that is too much. There we go. See, now both of these coils are hooked up to the drive. It's like this coil is firing for the rotor. It's all it's doing right now. But it's also hooked up to ground to the power supply, or this part of the power supply right here. I have it on an Eve distribution board so that each coil can have its own ground if I need it. Let's see what's going on with the cap. Oh yeah, the cap is charging. Barely, but it is. It's charging and it's using electricity at the moment. Capacitance. Huh, maybe it's not doing anything. It is hooked up in series though to the two coils that are connected to the power. But I'm gonna have to give this a rest, thank God, right? Because it's starting to get to the point where it doesn't function very well. I gotta move it around a little bit. Oh, let's do this test real quick. All right, that's the 32 gauge out. I think that's the 32, yeah. So now the 20 and the 20 and the 18 are hooked up. And just the 18, and then but yeah, there's a buildup on it. It is like 2 years old too, so maybe some corrosion as well. That's maybe what I'm talking about anyway, so I don't know, I'm kind of tired. So, like, yeah, that's how easy it is to disconnect a strand, and they're all different sizes and stuff, so, and different coils and whatever. They're all timed to that one switch right there, so I think that's pretty neat. I mean, that alone is like powerful. To have every coil right here timed with that switch is, can't really do that with the other stuff. You can get like three on there and connect the, but yeah, it's like a direct connection. So yeah, I like it though. But I could hook it up on this in like a few minutes, and it would probably run a lot better than it was just running. It's a really low frequency switch, so yes, the counter rotator. And there's a lot of magnetic permeability going on here. Like a lot of magnetic the magnets are attracted. So you would assume that as they go by, they would make it spin in the same direction, right? Thanks, Pete. Yeah, I don't know if I can do it with one hand. Seriously. I want to check the air gap real quick. Oh, there's a lot of space there. Maybe I could lower that a little bit. And it's not clean. It's not clean. I'm not clean. I would like to think I'm a good person, but I don't know. We got this. Why isn't it like too big? Man. There we go. Let me check it. Still like, it's like, oh man. All right. Now it's probably too low. All right. All the other pulse motors that I have that are kind of rotate use commutators. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna make another rotor for this. This isn't the rotor that goes with it. That rotor is gone. If it like pulled a it broke and the magnet went one way and the entire freaking everything else went the other way. 180. Like the magnet went that way and everything else went the other way. Could it possibly be too close? I wonder. We'll get it going and then I'm probably gonna wrap it up. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna place a third battery in there, make it a 36 volt. Because that's what's doing it. It's having the two batteries in the offset position is empty, basically. Hey. Yeah, I'm gonna put this in the empty slot. Because there is an empty slot basically where the breadboard is. So the weight here and the weight here is way heavier than the weight here. So I'm going to pick this up, put the battery on the plate, and then put the breadboard on top. And hopefully it will not be higher than this coil right here. We want to keep it this being the max height above the coils that we're going to go. Just enough to clear everything. And then but yeah, once I get that third battery in there, I think it'll be pretty balanced. I mean, this coil is really, really light. There will be a little bit of weight differential, but not as much as there is now. But yeah, 36 volts is going to be mean. I don't even know if my transistors can handle that, like from a battery. Probably. I'm going to do it. I would assume. But 36 volts. I'm sorry, but 36 volts is that was 24 and that didn't even crest. It didn't peak. I had to stop it because it was getting ridiculous. Bouncing all over the place. But yeah, the weight is an issue. And if you saw what this thing is like on right now, you freak out. I mean, it is screwed in there, but barely. You know, this thing very unstable. But it's on a maglev, and I guess that's why the stator can move so easily. All right, but yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate everybody stopping by. That's a short one tonight. I just wanted to get the old counter rotator out and give it a test spin, work out the quirks, and I think this battery edition is gonna do just that. Like put it like right in there. No, sir. It is a counter rotating pulse motor, not a perpetual motion machine. I mean, if there was a charging mechanism in this battery setup, it would probably blow up, and I don't want that. Because I heard you're not supposed to use them and charge them at the same time. But no, it's just a DC pulse motor. Although I do try every once in a while to get, more motion than I put in, basically. Not perpetual, though, but like to use the capacitance of the coils themselves as drivers. No, I'm not talking like going 55 miles an hour. That's never going to happen. But you can scoot along for quite a long time, actually. Oh, yeah, that's not going to work. Here, let's cut that. And let's bend that ring a little bit and see what happens. Yeah. There we go. Just playing with the wrong clip. My bad. There we go. Yay. I'm putting them in about 8 bolts right now. Alright, I'm going to cut the power. I don't know what's what though. Right now, let me look real quick. I had them color coded. I believe this is the 18 gauge strand. Yes. Now, yeah, for a while, but the amount of electricity generated by the magnet isn't going to equal what you put in power. But it does, but you every cycle there's a loss. It gets slower every time it spins when the power's off. And even when it does gain, it'll only gain for a phase or like a range. Like in between, like I was doing an experiment the other day, and in between, when the meter would read in between 2.1 and 2.5, that range lasted for about 10 minutes. And it would go up and down in that range for like 10 minutes. But then, of course, once it drops below a certain threshold, it's like gravity, and it will just, this is what it will do. I've been working not on this specifically, but every once in a while I'll throw some effort into different connections that I could do to prolong the motion that I'm getting from running the motor. Or even, you know, like spinning it with my hand. Because you're right, energy is being generated from the coil. There's a collapse happening in this coil, and that's feeding this coil. You know, all the coils are working properly. But I'm going to plug this big one in to the switch. So it's going to become a drive coil. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I apologize if anybody is getting a headache from the switch, man. It's kind of noisy, but I like it. So what's happening now is I got two strands from this coil in the front hooked up and this big coil hooked up, and they're both pounding at the same time, going like this. There's lots of propagation happening. If it was a higher frequency switch, I guarantee this thing would be flying right now. It would just be going really fast. And it is kind of going fast, but I bet it's like 300, maybe 400 RPMs. I mean, even now, when it's whipping, it's only going like 500. Yeah. Woo. Okay, that's 1,000. And what, let me explain the rotor here. I got it set up a certain way. Okay, so I got a toroid underneath there on the bottom, right? And it's facing north up. So I have all of these magnets facing south in. And when they're all south in, the entire in between the magnets is all south. Like there's no part of it that's not south. So what it does is I put that bearing in that coupler flange to hold this at a certain height, and this one's harder. There we go. So it sucks it down and keeps it in place, but it doesn't hinder its motion at all. It actually helps it. It's pretty phenomenal in my mind. Like, normally the magnet would stop, like on the first pass, it would stop. I feel like there's no hindrance there. Like there should be, you know, a pull on it and then make it slower, but there's not. And I think it has to do with that bearing that I put in there. because it's like pulling it onto that bearing. Yeah, man, it's great. And it'll spin like the Dickens. It's nice and balanced. Yeah, this is going to be fun to rearrange this. I think I have to do that, man. That'll be such a phenomenal undertaking, but it will, because I don't remember any of this. I tucked it away and I made sure that it was together when I put it away. But I will figure this out. I just charged the batteries. They were dead. And I charged those up. So I know how to like disconnect it and reconnect it. It's the breadboard moving that. It's going to be a I'll send you a bill. Yeah. Starts itself, man. That's freaking cool. I'll give you a wholesale discount on the copper, man. You can have it all for $5K. I'm not an engineer. I need to, like exemplify that, like make that the point that I don't care. I think it's awesome and everything, but I don't ever like set the goal. None of this was goal oriented. Okay. It's just an idea that popped into my head and I'm like, okay, we're going to do this. And I know that there's a huge rift there for people. And I'm like, well, that rift is fucking stupid. It's dumb to chastise people because they don't do it the way you did it or they don't have an education in it. It's ridiculous to treat people like that. And you should be fucking ashamed of yourself. All right. Neat. A man not afraid to speak his mind. Oh yeah, I know all about that, man. These things get going too fast. They throw a shoe, and you could put somebody's eye out, and put a hole in someone's head. Thanks, William. I really appreciate everybody stopping in, but I'm not trying to make a perpetual motion machine, so there's not going to be any upset feelings when I don't do it because I'm not even trying to do it. And I don't think that people understand that I'm not trying to do that. I mean, every once in a while, I'll try some stuff that I know won't work just to keep myself going. That's all 4 of these strands connected parallel through that switch. Hitting on that right now. It's not much, but I mean, if it ever got any one of those speed phases, it'd go pretty far. Yeah, it looks like it might be coming up. But like I said, it's a low frequency switch, so Thanks, William. So that's all four coils firing as a drive. That's pretty sweet. And it only started going that fast when it started hitting both sides. So I take that as a good thing, not a bad thing. Oh, so it's burning. That's what it is. That arcing is it being hot, yeah. And there's a lot of energy flowing through that. Yeah, that's why I call it the commutator switch. Thanks, man. Thanks, Nick. I'm just testing out my homemade reed switch on a 4-magnet rotor. I'm also testing, I don't know, I guess a base for the rotor to keep it in place and keep it smooth. Science. All right, so I'm gonna have to put the camera down for a second. I'm gonna get my, where did it go? Oh, maybe I can do it. But I'm not gonna be able to get this started on the first try with one hand. But I can put it on the shaft with one hand. Damn, I'm good. That's my left hand too. What now? This is a counter rotating motor. So the bottom's gonna go that way, the top's gonna go that way. And there's 2 batteries on here. So there's 24 volts. 24 volts. And I'm gonna show you what's really going on here. I'm gonna spin it regularly. You can see it sync up. It's all going the same way, right? So there's a lot of magnetism there that's gonna make it want to do that. Now, here we go. I'm gonna spin. Let me tell you why I'm gonna spin it that way though. See those diodes right there? Okay, they're pointing that way. So I'm gonna spin the rotor that way. Or the stator. Stator's on the bottom. I'm gonna spin the stator that way. Now that should catch. I hope it catches, because that means I started it with one hand. You can see now that they're spinning in opposite directions at a good clip. And that speed should increase. But I need to make another rotor, a new rotor that I can put my 40mm magnets in. Way better for this than these cube ones They're not really lined up right. All right, let me see. Maybe they're too close. Nah. But when it hits, when it catches, man, this thing is awesome, like phenomenal. And I encourage everybody to untether their stator. There it goes. Heck yeah. Thanks, y'all, for sticking around. I really appreciate it. There it is. There it is. Now I gotta hold it, kind of. I'm gonna see if the momentum of the stator is enough to get it going. Don't think so. We'll see. No, that's all right though. It's cool though. I really, really, really like building these. The first two I built were like saucers, flying saucers with commutators, with two brushes, one for the negative, one for the positive, and it would just be awesome. It's awesome, and to have it work, it is like truly a eureka moment. I mean, granted, if I had all the education and I knew all the math that I was supposed to do anyway, then I could probably guarantee that I was going to have a good build, but I don't. And I'm not guaranteed. So to be like, to be like 4 for 4 with these so far is really encouraging. Let me show you my latest one. We're going a step farther with this one. And we are putting the shaft inside the thing. And it's going to be like a top. So it'll spin like that. And the shaft is, part going to spin. I got to remake the base though, because that's copper and it'll catch the magnets like it's not supposed to. Well, actually, this one's. Let me try it. I think if I try it, it'll be all right. We got 2 reed switches in there. The placement of the reed switches might be the issue. But I'll need this and at least 2 magnets. Hey, Mike, what's up, man? How's it going? Been having an awesome day today. How about you, man? All right. guess you guys can see this. Oh, I see. Cool, cool. So I'm gonna check my copper, the one that spins like a top, counter rotator, and I'm gonna see if I can't force it to work. I mean, I've made it work. It just eventually it syncs up. Oh. Yeah, these transistors that I got with the iron casings are devastating around magnets. Oh, yeah, man, because they got those two pointy probes. All right, so we're gonna go south down. That's what we're gonna do. So south is gonna be our driving force. All right, 1 second. All right, I'm gonna try it with two. I'm gonna try it with just the two, because that's how our coils are spread. Just the two. Let me see. There it is. Thank you, son of mine. Right. I gotta use both my hands for this, so into the carrying case you go. Tripod, whatever you want to call it. It's got a cell phone holder. That would be awesome if I could get that to work. And it's just slightly off balance, so I gotta kind of hold it when I'm spinning it. But let me get a bearing. So I'm gonna hold the bearing. Hold on, let me turn these 9 volts on. Hopefully there's still got juice in them. Come on now. So I think maybe putting the other 2 magnets in there, but that's working. Yeah, it's working. It'd have to be going really fast though for me to like let it go. I don't know if this is a win or not, but you know, it is functioning, I guess. I think it's the position of the reed switches that's really getting it not right. So the idea is to be able to spin it like this and have it turn on. I don't know if this is a win, not the way it is, but we can definitely work with it. It is a solid build. You know, like as clean as it can make it pretty much. Huh, I see a random just strand of 32 there. I don't know what it's for or what it's from. It's making me nervous. Like, so look under the hood real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be very gentle with that. But I think those reed switches are not orientated the right way. I'll have to find out. I'll have to look at it closer. But this freaking wire right here is really, where does it go? Oh wait, we got an extra one over here too. So that probably doesn't go anywhere then. Probably just free. And that means there's probably only one of these reed switches hooked up right now. Anyway, I think it's great. I think it's going to be awesome. Might have to hold it, at least until it gets going pretty fast. And then you might be able to let it go. As is, anyway. Alright, so let me turn this off, turn this off. That's awesome. With the off switch, you can save your juice, man. You don't have to worry about it all the time. Mickey D's. I don't know about Mickey D's these days, man. I'm broke. I don't have money for any of that crap. And they charge so much for it these days. It's like, it's hardly worth it because you're so hungry after you're done eating it that it's not even funny. Now that toroidal counter rotator that I'm working on, that is really getting me excited. I mean, it's probably, I'm not an engineer, so like I said, I'm probably not going to be able to put it together, but it is a great idea. So maybe the bottom will pick up. Looks like it will. But, you know, the top and the bottom will only equal out in weight if you add weight to it, like literal, like weights. You don't want to put any more magnets on here. You don't want to do anything like that. See, this is the 24 volt part. And I mean, I've proven that it works. I just love to play with it. And like I said, it is very loosely in there. So maybe I'll solidify this position and I'll use it for testing the counter rotators. Right now there's only one screw in there. I just wanted to throw it together, so oh yeah, that's the only thing I ever bought, Mike. But I mean, Jesus Christ, it costs like $9.50 now or some crap like that. It's outrageous. Outrageous, man. It's I remember when I could like feed the whole family at McDonald's for like a $20 bill. And then there was even a more golden time before that when it only cost you like $10. Now it's like $10 a sandwich, man. It's like you know, my dad used to play games like that, Mick. Thanks, uh, JM. I want to call you Jim, but I think it's JM. It's like my eyes are playing tricks with me. I'm borderline blind, you guys. You know, you see me struggling with like a 32 gauge wire trying to clip it, and I'm like, where'd it go? Yeah, but I like how this this 3 cube magnet and rotor moves on this thing. It's very light. Very light. So that's good. But let me show you the magnets that it's built for. These bad boys right here. Now they're very simple. The big face is the north and the south. And just because they're not as thick as a cube, it might not be the same strength in that fashion, that you cut it in half like this and you only got such and such of a field generator right there. Very thin compared to the cube magnet, which is, you know, up here like this. But the width and everything else, this is a much more powerful magnet. Now, is it like a better magnet to be used with everything you're doing? Probably not. I like the cubes. Cubes are awesome. I got so many rotors that fit cube magnets in them that it's becoming a standard. But I like the big ones too, man. The big ones, they kick ass. American cheese and Swiss cheese. Now this one has 9 of those magnets, but they're round. They're very large. See, look at that. Anyway. I would put it up here and give it a whirl, but the switch is glued down in a very good spot for the 4 magnet rotor. But I want to try it out. I've never got a chance to try it out yet. So on the 9 magnet rotor. And sometimes the glue goes down. Yeah, man, that 9 magnet rotor is it's the most well balanced one that I have. I know it looks shady, I guess, but it's not. And the only reason that there's tape on it is because I don't want the magnets to fly out. Because they're embedded directly into the side, like into the side. Oh. All right. Got a whirl. Let it break itself in a little bit. I'm probably gonna have to find out where the sweet spot's at. Wow. Spun it the wrong way too. Cool. Now the SSG makes this thing way faster. Oh my God, what's going on? What just happened?
It's taking me out from I am being loud. No reason, just knocked it out of my head.
That's not cool.
Actually did that.
No. Are you guys okay?
No, I'm not. For no reason. I already took that one.
Oh, well.
I already took two. That one was that low battery, so I couldn't get the other one. And now she has them up in her closet.
Well. How long have you been on it today?
Not very long.
Can you give it a break for just a minute? And then I'll do something when I'm done here?
Okay.
Hey, you want to stay in here?
Sure.
Okay.
I want to be around.
Alright, so let's give it a little bit of juice. Actually, let's turn it down. Wow. See, and then you realize how, like, far you've come from your homemade switch to run an SSG. And it's like, I don't have like a heart enough to have an opinion on anything really. There are a few more things that I'd like to try and do, like build a Tesla coil. And probably get a good Tesla coil to replicate. That's a little bit dangerous to just be winging it, you know what I mean? This, however, is not high voltage, unless 5 volts is high voltage. Which I've heard that 5 volts can be considered high voltage. All right. What's that? Just some tinfoil? All right, so that moves all right. I mean, it's nothing special, nothing really good. And it's kind of out farther, but the magnets are stronger and more broad, so
Then we can check the speed.
yeah, that's right.
Does it work? That's better than my. Still doesn't.
So I'm gonna have to get a glue stick.
Well, it worked for a second. I saw that.
Okay, what did it say?
It said like 6. It said 655. Like, did you try to get it again? It said.
$141.2. That's cool. That's slow.
So it's like upside down.
You know, I'm gonna get the glue stick, and I'm gonna get a better position for that.
So I put that on top, like right. You stop that.
Not that.
We need a bigger piece.
Yeah. No, you don't. You know, put it on top of the magnet. I got it. I got it.
Put glue on the magnet.
Here. Do that. It's all right. Don't pull it off, slide it off. There you go. See?
I was scared.
Don't put it back in there. Do not put it back in there. Go put it, give it to me.
I gotta stay away from everything.
All right, cool. Okay. You ready to get some numbers?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I need to self-starter. I like it.
I'm gonna go on the other side and stand away from those kids.
Sometimes it's all about positioning. All right, let me see.
222.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it.
236.
I saw it. 222.
229, 228, 227. It's getting slower.
What's this over here? What's this table?
Careful, man. There's some magnets over there, too.
A little bit, though, not that much. The only magnet I see is the magnet ball. I just spin the other one over there.
Awesome. 300. So yeah, I knew that one wasn't going very fast. Here's a low frequency switch.
2 hours. We just hit 2 hours.
Wow, that's awesome. I thought I was gonna be done in like an hour.
That felt like an hour. That should say like 1,000, maybe close to 1,000.
Oh my God, we got arcing after the power was off. like just after it was off, but it arced for like 3 seconds after the power was black on that thing. Oh, it's doing it. Am I just seeing things? No, it's doing it. Oh my god, dude, that's so cool. When it's arcing without the power being on, dude, that is awesome.
You don't even need power anymore. It's just gonna go. It's gonna stop soon though.
Yeah. There's not enough arcing without the power. Oh, there you go. It's done now.
I stopped it. Oh, yeah.
I'm building a pulse motor. Well, it's built.
It's without the motor. It just goes without the motor.
Without the power. We'll turn the power on. We'll get it going. There is a cap here, so I do believe that's coming from the cap, but I'm not entirely sure about that.
It's going 9 volts. We're almost at 10 volts.
That's awesome. Alright, cut the power.
Still going.
Black. Oh, it's arcing. Yes! It's arcing without source, and that is a sign in my mind that things are gonna be good.
It's not bad luck.
Is it gonna run forever? No.
No, definitely not. It's gonna stop soon. It will take you like 45 seconds.
It's like, how many licks does it take? 1, 2,
It takes like
3.
45. It takes like I'll say 35 to 45 seconds for it to stop.
No, way longer than that.
I'm just saying it might be.
So 2 of the strands are going to the cap, which is going to this red clip right here, which is going into the power. And then the other 2 are grounded. So the other 2 are basically drives. There you go.
We're gonna turn the power off when it goes to 10.
You want to turn the power off?
Yeah.
Okay.
If we get 968, we turn it off. Over here. You said it. Still going.
Now the only reason that I know for a fact that it won't go is because it is a magnetic switch. There's a strong pull on that switch, and it will stop this thing no matter what. But it's always fun to see how much you can get out of it, even though you know it's going nowhere. It is fun, and it's fun for me, and whoever doesn't think it's fun, go play Diablo for a week, and then be done with it.
I wanted to show up on.
That's not how I play games, man. I play games for years, dude.
I wanted to show up on the TV.
You want to show up on the TV?
Yeah. But I don't have to stare at the camera all the time.
I don't think I can do that right now, but I'll try. No. Can't. Gotta do it before it starts. Well, I could probably interrupt everything, but I think it's trying to say it's time to wrap it up. Think so? I don't know. I'm having so much fun, like, doing this. What about you?
We can do it for another live.
Oh, you want to save some content for another live?
Yeah.
Okay. I just make pulse motors, man. Counter rotating pulse motors, DC brushless motors. I test out different coils. I make different coils. I just do a lot of stuff. I'm not an expert at any of it. I'm just messing around. Seriously. Like this counter rotator right here, I can describe it to you from top to bottom, but if you want me to draw you a squared up picture of it, no. I'll have to really, really work hard on that. I don't read schematic or draw schematic, dude. I don't read it or draw it. So everybody's like, here, man, check out my site. And all it is a schematic. And I'm like, dude, no. That's why I'm kind of like drawn to channels where they actually do stuff. You know, they build things. Like Mike does, man. He showed me how to do a Newman motor coil with a drill. Pretty snazzy wazzy, like awesome style. Peter Hall effect, same thing. He's got a coil winder that he put a drill in, and it really goes like 10,000 turns per second. It's pretty fun. um, but yeah, man, I'm having a blast.
Yeah, it's fun.
And you know what? And I don't want to rub anybody the wrong way, but figuring this stuff out without help is way better for me than figuring it out with help. But if I'm asking for help, it's really because I can't get it. I don't know.
I guess the viewers,
The viewers have helped me out, man. They've helped me along the way. And I started off with all my motor coils being 32 gauge.
Was the guy like the guy with the question mark on his head, like that? That guy, he had good knowledge.
Yeah. Awesome knowledge.
That was like 2 lives ago, maybe a live ago.
But I see the switch. There's got to be like just from the switch here, like turning it on. There's a jolt that goes through the switch, and since it's chilling on a magnet, it starts in the on position, just like a cap. Blowing a cap on it, it's the same deal. Yeah, but with the much bigger magnets, you get much more electricity going through it the way I'm doing it. So, yeah, I might try an SSG not with the switch, but just for fun later. But yeah, man, the rodent coils, the benefactor, he's got some good rodent coils. Old man builds. He's good with the Tesla coils. He's got a group of people, and him and Ben work together. Yeah, I see a lot of stuff going on, and I'm glad, that it is that way. See, I don't want to see anybody that can not doing anything. I don't want to see any of that. If you know how to do it, it's your obligation during this time to do it. And any of that nitpicky stuff, man, whatever, dude, it doesn't matter. Do something. Like, these people are doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, and they might judge, and you know, it's the niche thing and the group think thing and birds of a feather thing, and you know, that it's a cool thing, but I don't know if it's my thing. You know, I mean, I can't do it on my own, but I really don't work well with people, do I? Wonder. I do?
No.
Oh, I don't. Okay. Yeah. So I got my shortcomings. In other words, I'm an asshole. What?
What?
No, I mean, what I mean is I can be, and if I get pushed into a certain corner, I don't like what somebody's saying, even if it's really like, what do you call it? Very minor, but you know that they're freaking saying it, and they're just trying to hide it, or maybe pussyfoot around the bush. You know what I'm saying? They're not just saying, "Hey, man, you're not one of us." It's okay, yeah, you can be like kind and calm about it all you want, but that's what you're really saying, isn't it? You know, it's like, you're not one of us. I'll be like, yeah, I know. Yay for me. No, but now I'm just kidding. You know, I do. I feel like I'm an outsider most of the time. And like everybody's all, and I don't know. I mean, people, it's not like people don't want to invite me in, but it's like, I'm afraid of what I'm going to do once I get in. And then that bridge might be burnt forever. And I think that's what people are afraid of as well, because I am a loose cannon, kind of. What's up? Yeah, that's for losers, Mike. Don't be a loser. Oh, you're talking about lawyers? Hell yeah, man. They don't do anything, man. They study the laws that change every day. And you gotta, I'm not really looking at the camera. I came over and I guess I missed a few of your texts. But there it is. Those are called lawyers. No doubt, Mike.
There we go.
There you go. Careful with that. Yeah, lawyers. And I think I might have been a good lawyer. Actually, my logic is sound. Yeah, man, you follow the path of logic, it'll lead you right to me.
This paint is really dried up because no paint on my fingers.
Because I know.
It's gonna be dried up.
Tesla coil is just a sculpture of a human being. An energetic, an imprint of a persona.
Like it just goes once you turn it on.
That's what I think, man. I mean, if you look at if you could get the like a scope that can read the field, like the edge of the field, you read the edge and how it interacts with what's on the other side of that edge. Wrong way. Wrong way.
They both go the same way.
No, you gotta spin them the other way. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Spin the bottom one the other way. Now spin this one this way. Yeah.
I was doing that.
No, you were doing it the other way, dude. You're still gonna do it the other way. You're doing it wrong. There you go. That's right. You got it that time. No. I got it. You gotta be real careful with these. They're pointy. They're even points on them.
They don't hurt.
They will if you catch them on one of those magnets and they go right through your finger. It'll hurt. So let's be careful, okay?
Yeah, they're really bad. Likely those are not open yet.
Yeah, man. I mean, and seriously, like, and like, for me, being less of an asshole would probably be better for me, and it's something that I can do. And, but that's really hard for me. So, I mean, that's something that I like. That I should do. You know, like if I can do it, I should definitely do it because it makes my life difficult being so negative sometimes. But I'm by myself a lot of the time, so like if I don't care, it doesn't really matter.
I was gonna like mix the box like spin.
No.
But I didn't know it was gonna connect.
Yeah, they're magnetic.
If it looks magnetic, it might not. It's a 50-50 chance that it looks like magnetic, but it might not be. Like this, I'm just gonna test it.
All right, I'm gonna remove the cap from the equation. All right, I think I got it.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this.
I'm gonna build a sculpture with that. A lot less amps coming out of this thing right now than there was with the cap on there. Maybe I had it hooked up wrong. I had a diode on each side, so maybe that was not right. So yeah, that's just working right off of itself. Any capacitance there is coming from the coils.
Spin. There's one way to spin.
Yeah, and it's really like ironic that I'm such a butthead sometimes, and I don't even mean to be, but it's like I'm reading this stuff and I miss a lot of it, and I always start reading it like right at the punchline, and it's like I got the totally wrong impression from a lot of the stuff that I read because it scrolls up too fast for me to get it all, and there's not a lot of it there. And because I don't scroll up at all, it doesn't have to be much. I should probably scroll up more. See, it's a give and take because you can't hook up, you know, something else like you can hook this up. You can't. It won't work. This is 100% AC, except for the energy that's going back into the drive cycle. That is rectified. So I'm getting a reading on the diode here. It's the amount of energy going back into the drive is about 9.5 volts. And that's going pretty fast for a low frequency switch. Oh yeah, man, we're getting quite a bit of light. It's a small spark, but it's there for sure. Oh, hell yeah, guys. It's been really fun. I'll catch you on the flip and see you next time. Peace out. Have a wonderful night. Bye now.